Earlier, you're just chugging out from Blackburn, and obviously your first season wasn't how you would have planned it, because in the summer of '95, Blackburn, your old team won the league, and you took it quite bad, didn't you? Back in Middleton, Manchester, a few beers.
Yeah, because I just had a double hernia, so I knew I was going to miss the FA Cup final. Bruce got injured, but I watched it in the local, and you know everyone blamed Coley for missing chances, but Ludo McCloskey probably made
never played like that game in his life.
Probably the best game he's ever played for. Well,
that was actually worse to me, but when we lost it against City in 2012, that day at West Ham when we had that many chances, it was just unbelievable.
It's the ex-players who played for United celebrating on the bench. God bless the Steely, you know, that made it a little bit worse. But yeah, you know, I had a little tear in my eye because I wanted to win the league. Obviously, I was happy for Blackburn winning the league because I've been there since I was a kid. And Jack Walker was such an influential person on myself.
Were you happy for Kenny? I bet you were
happy for Kenny. No, certainly not. But if anyone wanted to win it, any other team, then I'm glad Blackburn won.
So what did, you know, obviously, what did you feel a bit of a low for the cup final? From Fergie's always trying to get everyone up, but I just felt, I felt bizarre.
I think you always think, you know, because I've been to 3 cup finals. That was the first. Liverpool was the second one, and Newcastle was the third. And probably out of all the parties we ever had, the Everton party was the best, even though we got beat.
At the Metropolitan Hotel.
Yeah.
Get some game crashing, don't you? Moving on to '99, and although we have a bit of laugh about it, you know, as I've said to people, you were an accomplished defender. I'm not saying that, David. You know, played some great games, was in big games. Few goals, as I said before. He said he scored 8 goals. I said that's not many. And how many did you score? But moving on to the treble itself, he was on the bench, and them celebrations. I mean, not only at the end, but when we scored, how you got a bit giddy, and you know, I thought Fergie said warm up, but he didn't. He was running down the pitch anyway, weren't you?
The moment takes over, you just get carried away. You just, all right, you know. What made it worse about that, or what made it sweet, was the fact that we hadn't played well. Bayern should have probably maybe won 2 or 3-0. They should have battered us, to be fair.
Did you think when they hit Woodwork that maybe we got a chance?
Well, yeah, I think that season and that team we had, you always thought, just give us one more chance and we'll score. Thankfully it fell to Teddy. Giggsy shanked it with his right foot. But you always think that team never ever gave up. I think that was something special about that squad that we had. That togetherness, all over missing Skolji and Keane in the final. I still think you always knew, you always had a feeling, you know, and it's Matt's birthday and so-called so many things that went for us that season. But yeah, 90th minute you think, just give us one more chance, and we got it. And you do what everyone else does, you go absolutely mental, because and I was thinking, right, you know, extra time, we'll do it in extra time. But, you know, Ollie popped up with the winner.
So there's a bit of a story behind why you actually, you probably didn't remember this, you didn't know this, but when we lifted the cup, David was quite prominent on the photographs. So how did that come about then? Tell us why was it your dad used to say to him?
My dad always used to say to me, there's not many kids in here, but if there are kids in here, make sure you get near the trophy on photographs, because they never ever miss a trophy off the photographs. It's true, they never ever miss a trophy off the photographs. So I thought, and if you go back to 94, 95, when my first trophy was the Charity Shield, I'm actually holding the Charity Shield with the photographs. So it goes back many years prior to that, and yeah, any kids, make sure you get in. Always getting in the trophy.
So when you saw John Terry do it, was you going, been there, done it?
Yeah, but he's never won the treble, has he?
David May, ladies and gentlemen, what a great chat. Thank you very much, David.